time for raid grind order. Yes, first raid should be going live right now. Hey, Rook, what's going on, everybody, on actually both Twitch and YouTube, because I'm dual streaming now. Let me get to those resubs. Kyria, thanks so much for the 28. Dread Ginger, thanks so much for the 17. And Klepty1, thanks so much for the 44. Glad to have you all back. Thanks so much, guys. Is this the actual raid itself? I'm pretty sure it's not. Pretty sure this is just a main quest. Yeah, this is just the main quest. Is raid already done? Oh, is the raid bugged? It's bugged. I thought it was strange that, what is it? Yeah, because it already says 0 left. It's like, where'd the raid go? So what do we do now? This is kind of awkward. Dark Paravol, how's it going, man? Thanks so much, thanks so much for the 10-3 sub. Let me check Discord to verify that, yeah, people are saying it's, raids are typical are bugged right now. NA really blew JP raids out of the water with this one. True. NA dominance. Hey, look, chat. We're finally superior to the JP version. We actually finally achieved what the JP server can't. Instant raid clear. We're too powerful. Kano Yoshiki gave us too much power. The power of all of our early quality of lives that we've gotten over the years. They have all culminated to this moment, where we can now instantly clear raids. Too bad we don't get anything out of it. Oh, shit. Yeah, people on the whale Discord that I'm in are saying that if you haven't already done the the final fight 5 AP main quest that's available right now, you shouldn't do it. They'll probably roll it back even if you do it. And a sweep. That's awkward. I mean, I was only going to stream for about maybe an hour, maximum hour and a half tops anyway, because I have work tonight, but... What team was I going to use for Ivan? If I can, I was going to use this team. Mr. Walks, how's it going, man? How's it going? I just said that. Welcome back for 44 months. Greatly appreciated. I was going to use something like this, where, let me double check here. Apparently, this is the best team for the Ivan raid specifically. Not the main quest version, but the raid version. You take Morgan, Kama, and Scotty. And then ideally your DPS servants should have a level 100 limit broken copy of I guess whatever the 5-star Gacha CE is, because the Gacha CEs are apparently really fucking good. So bad timing on my part that I can't fucking whale. I think Morgan doesn't need her own limit broken 5-star Gacha CE, because the idea is that since Ivan, one of the gimmicks with Ivan is that he has almost complete resistance to one NP from your servants, and you can't do anything about it except just to use one NP to get rid of it. The idea is you NP with Morgan first, and then you NP with Kama. Morgan's NP to get rid of the NP buff or the NP block, and then Kama's to actually kill him. Why specifically Morgan? Because Morgan will give Kama the overcharge buff, and it's pretty good. And Morgan's 20% battery is also pretty good there too. I think you actually need it. Actually, do you? I don't think you even need it, because Kama. If we're only using one Kama MP, then yeah, Kama's own 50% battery and Scotty's should be more than enough. So you don't even need Morgan's battery, own targetable battery. So I guess in this case, since I don't have the 5-star Gacha C, I would do, I don't know, just throw in a random fucking 50% starting charge CE or somewhere. It's not for the damage, just because I just need any 50% starting charge C. So I guess I would go in with Morgan aerial drive and then take a support comma with a Gacha C, and then Scotty, and then hope for the best. Excuse me. I'm surprised they haven't taken down the servers yet. Hamster Squad must be sleeping on the job. Where the fuck are they? Vexen, how's it going, man? Welcome back for 13 months. Good effort, guys. It really showed JP who's boss. True, yeah. May the JP server tremble in fear of what we are capable of. We're coming for their raids next. Fucking Omega lol. The power of weaponized autism. So yeah, I would use a team that looks something like this. Just pretend that there's a comma with the level 100 5-star Gacha C equipped in the support slot. And funnily enough, this team also calls for plug suit, not to actually plug anybody in, though obviously that could be a possibility. That can be a thing you can do in case you need more support or more buff stacking. But I'm pretty sure we use plug suit here to stun Ivan, so we don't have to deal with this shit. So we can go straight into turn 2, instead of having to wait for him to do all his attacks and bullshit like that. So yeah, I think this team was what I would use for Ivan raids. Again, assuming we had the raids. Yeah, this is what Albert means by slight changes to our clairvoyance. Didn't know we had a post-raid fight. Oh yeah, there are some post-raid fights. Problem is, we're not supposed to get them right now, but... Would Wu also work instead of Morgan? I would imagine so, yeah. It's just that Morgan is really, really good here. Because remember that she gives a 50% attack buff to Kama. And, like, who else gives a 50% attack buff? Like, maybe, Casternero, I guess? But yeah, Wu can also work. I just don't know if that would quite match what Morgan can provide. But it should be pretty close, because what can't Wu? Let me look up what Wu's numbers are. Because Wu Zetian has always been a great support for any quick servant, Kama especially. Yeah, because I think even on NA, Wu Zetian should have her whatchamacallit, her first skill buff, right? So I mean, I can check. Yeah, we have her first skill buff. We just don't have her her Imperial Privilege buff yet. So yeah, if we have her first skill buff, then her defense debuff is 30%, which is great. And then we obviously have her third skill, which is 20-20. 20 attack, 20 quick. So, I mean, honestly, yeah, all those together, those should be pretty good numbers. Because technically that would be, yeah, the Wu Zetian should technically be giving more support to Kama than Morgan does. Because 50% attack between the defense debuff and attack buff, and then 20% quick. Then again, Morgan does give a double overcharge buff. But the Kama, that would mean that her quick buff on her MP goes from like 20% to like 30%, I think. Or does it go from 20 to 40 from MP 1, overcharge 1 to overcharge 3? I forget. Either way, yeah, Wu Zetian should be good. Yeah, I think you can replace Morgan with Wu Zetian then. I don't know why that would matter, unless there's something I'm not understanding about the raid. Because like, if you need to get rid of Ivan's one NP block basically somehow, and you can't remove it, then you got to use it with somebody else. I guess the only problem with that is that you better have Super Scope with Morgan, or not Morgan, Wu Zetian, because remember Wu Zetian doesn't have a battery, and we don't have her second skill. We don't have her second skill buff yet, and that's not really a battery. It's just 10%. I guess it is a battery, but it's not 30. So. What happened? Oh, we got the event is bugged. And we don't really know what's going on. Complex, how's it going, man? Thanks so much for the 5 months. Old Man Lee, Castoria, support Oberon with Limit Broken Black Grail is your plan. I assume you don't have any of the Gacha Cs, just like me. I don't really know why you're bringing Black Grail, because if your plan is to smack Ivan with Old Man Lee, then unless you mean that your Lee Shuan has Black Grail, then in that case that's fine. Is it better to replace Paracelsus with Morgan? I would say at that point, yes. Because Paracelsus' only party buff is the party arts buff, right? That's only 20% if it's even if it's Lord, I think. Whereas Morgan gives you a 50% attack buff with her first skill. So I would say yes, replace your Paracelsus there with Morgan. I believe Lee Shuan should also have a meaningful overcharge, right? What's Lee Shuan's overcharge? If it's just more arts, if it's just a higher arts buff, then that's good. Reduces one enemy's defense for 3 turns, but it activates first. Okay, that's still meaningful, yeah. So it goes from 20 to 30. So that's still good. So yeah, I would say replace Paracelsus with Morgan. I think Morgan would be a much better support for Lee there. You already did the main mission, are you screwed? They'll probably roll it back, but the issue is they haven't even done anything yet. Has the server gone down yet? Or is it still here? I think it's still here. Yeah, it's still fucking here. Like, the servers should be dead. If Aniplex, if the Hamster Squad knows what's going on, the servers should already be dead. Like, this is a problem. Like, we shouldn't be here right now. In the meantime, before the servers go down, I'm gonna go dump my AP, because I suspect we're gonna be dealing with this problem for quite a while. $5 a.m. in Spain, suffering for this 0. Yeah, a lot of even the whale Discord that I'm in. There's a lot of there are a lot of people who are like, "Fuck this shit! I stayed up for this." Check this out, chat. See, look at look at what this guy posted on Twitter. I want my Saint Quartz refunded since I rolled the banner for the C's since there was supposed to be a raid happening. Fix your fucking coding and give us the promised raid, or refund the CQ, or refund the SQ. Dude, yo, Tunguska is actually trending. Holy fuck! How many? There are a lot of people who are looking forward to farming these raids, huh? How the fuck did the NA server get FGO trending? Wow, impressive NA server. I didn't realize you had it in ya. Shit. I guess even the NA server can get things done if we all come together and put our minds to it. Let me get my chips. This is entertaining. I gotta have some food for my entertainment. Not a bug, a feature. Highlighting NA server diff. NA record breaking raid. True. Did they upload a permanent rerun event? Rerun of the event instead? There's a possibility, yeah. I know somebody on Discord said that when they first realized that there was a problem with the raid, initially they thought that it was initially they thought they straight up just gave us the main interlude version of Tunguska. But I think he changed his mind on it since. So it might just be a bug, but I guess we'll find out at some point. Yeah, it's probably not the main interlude version because apparently it's not because the HP values of enemies match the actual the debut run of Tunguska. So it's probably not a main interlude. They just fucked up. Probably. But you know, it's NAFGO still at the end of the day, so who fucking knows? You spent like 300 KS FP to get one of the Gacha Cs, but didn't get a single one. Is that bugged too? Probably not. Gacha is usually Gacha that probably working perfectly fine. As much as I hate to say it, the 3-star Gacha CEs, especially the event ones, if you're trying to pull them from friend point Gacha, it's really rare. Like, don't expect to get a lot. K-Draw says that he thinks that what is it? They just forgot to code the end time differently. King Bama, hey, how's it going, man? Thanks so much for the 39. Yeah, we beat the raids instantly. Think we can one turn with Okada? He'd have to be grailed. You might be able to do it with a, at least like a level 90 Okada. 100 is better. Even better with 120, but... I think you can only one-shot if he's grailed. Maybe. Would be my guess. Ruskin, what's going on, man? Thanks so much for the 44. Caldea's Blitzkrieg strategy actually worked. Omega lol. Server's still not down, by the way. Everyone's kind of at a loss of what to do. Yeah, exactly. Could Hijikata, Gong, Oberon clear? Besides the team that I was planning to use, there is another legitimate team. It's really whale, but it is a Hijikata team. What, you run Chengong, Hijikata, and Natoshizo, I guess? Yeah. Funnily enough, that team works. Because you use Chengong's Buster buff on Hijikata, I would assume. And you just go crazy with Hijikata. I don't know if that's a one-turn team. Actually, no, it has to be a two-turn team at least. Actually, no, it can be a one-turn team. Yeah, because you just use both Chengong's MP and Hijikata's MP. Also, Aragon, thanks so much for the 42. What's the song name? Lost My Way by Felt. Hey, look, chap. The official FGO Twitter just tweeted. I wonder how long it was ago. At 8:30, yeah, they just tweeted this a minute ago. The Tunguska Sanctuary raids have begun. So, funny story. How's your night been too? Pretty chill. I've been working on my next FGO video. Chilling for another maybe half an hour, maybe an hour, before I need to go off and go to work tonight. It really did start too. It just ended immediately. Yep. Any plans after raids? To whom? Yeah, Car, how's it going, man? What do you mean in terms of like event? Like what I'm gonna do in FGO after after Tunguska, or like for today, like tonight? Like what I'm gonna do if like after I'm done streaming? Because if you're asking about what just for tonight, like what I'm gonna do after I'm done streaming, I gotta go to work. I work night shift, and I gotta leave in an hour, so. Are you planning to make Ruin May video? I do want to go. I do want to go back to making Star Rail videos again. Star Rail character guide videos again. Anybody know at what point of the event we get the new Mystic Code? Somebody in YouTube chat said we get it at the end of the event. I thought it was a Mystic Code that we got with New Year's. New job too, just a seasonal temp job, not a permanent one. Still looking for a better, more permanent job. New job don't let you whale? No, it's a temp. Doesn't pay nearly as much. It is tied to the event, but you don't remember when we got it. Yeah, somebody in YouTube chat said that we get it like at the end of the event or something. And I assume they're talking about new plug suit or plug suit too. Did you roll for Executor alt on Arknights? Yes, I did. I thankfully ended up getting him. Funnily enough, I also got, who was it? Cement, who I missed out on last time with the Inez banner. So I think I'm back to having all the characters in Arknights again. So that was pretty lucky. Saving up now for Typhon, because I think she should be next. Still think it's funny how Executor is a Reaper and uses a shotgun. I wonder why I've heard that one before. A character named Reaper who uses shotguns. I seem to remember that this little game called Overwatch seemed to have one. More likely than you think. When do the raids start? Oh, they already ended. Because it's bugged. Did you really say FGO Global is his favorite server? No, it's a joke. It's a meme. It's a meme that I mainly made up. But like, I do think there is a degree of truth to that. Like, Kano Yoshiki, like I believe he's come visited NA. Like he's come to like various anime conventions that FGO has had like a prominent presence in. Like I'm pretty sure he's gone to both, obviously Anime Expo here in LA, but he's also gone to like big anime cons over on the East Coast. Like I forget if he went to Boston or NYC. Probably NYC. I think NYC is the bigger one of the two. I mean, it has to be. And not only that, but he actually bothers learning English. Back when he first began to appear on like the FGO NA Chaldea radio broadcasts or whatever, like hour streams, / pre-recorded segments, for like preview that previews content for us. In the beginning, I think he's always tried speaking English, but at the very beginning, he wasn't very good at it, obviously, because he's not a native speaker, obviously, he's Japanese. But with every iteration of... This is kind of loud. With every iteration of the Chaldea radio broadcast thing that he's been on, like, his English has gotten noticeably better and better and better, to the point where now, the very last one we got, like, a couple days ago, like, he's actually speaking English without pausing. Like, obviously, he still needs to work on his intonation, but, like, that's just how it is for non-native speakers. But, like, even if he's just reciting off of a script that he's memorized beforehand, like, you can tell by his body language, body language too, that he's just gotten a lot more confident in speaking English. And you don't do that. You don't get to that point without actually having practiced speaking English, and trying, like, having a genuine effort, putting in genuine effort at trying. And most likely, it was probably his decision to give NA the early 120 and servant coins, to be honest. Like, I think it's very easy to forget that we've had access to 120 servants for a full year longer than JP has. And for us, for NA players, that's a huge advantage if you can take advantage of that. Or if you were able to get like a servant to like 120, even 2 of them. If only he tried more on the raids than he tries on his English. Not Kano Yoshiki's fault. Not his fault, man. You're blaming the wrong person. If you have any idea of how FGO's NA is administered, it ain't Kano Yoshiki's fault. Blame the Aniplex boys, the hamster squad. It's their fault. Or whoever the fuck is in charge of Aniplex US, Aniplex NA. Kano Yoshiki has nothing to do with it. He's just there to show his support for the NA server. The Lightworks. Lozango is in charge of all of the executive decisions. Like, they decide what kind of content we get, and like if we get like some content earlier ahead of schedule or not. But as far as like implementation, localization, and an actual administration goes, that's all on the NA side. It was a must pull for 2024. You probably won't need to worry about that until summer. Kind of like, I won't go that far, but for sure, from what I remember from JP 2022, the entire first half of next year for NA, dead year. Don't need to roll for anybody. Technically speaking, Archetype Earth is also a skip too. Like, literally, unless you hyper invest into Archetype Earth, where you get it to either 100 MP5 or 120, honestly, Archetype Earth is basically a trophy waifu. Like, she doesn't do much. Like, she only becomes ridiculous if you actually like pump her numbers up super fucking hard, which a lot of people will be doing anyway. But if you feel no need to do that, then honestly, you don't need her. The summer servants are way more important. I think the summer servants for 2024 NAs are going to be the first, yeah, try to roll for them if you can. Summer Scotty, Ibuki Berserker. I don't think you need Proto Merlin, but if you're an arts fanatic like me, she's probably going to be nice to have. Yeah, Tunguska's trending, yeah. Did I mention any team comp with Izo? Is your Izo at level 90 or 100? If so, then I think we can talk. If not, I don't think there's any case. I don't think you can one-shot Ivan with just like a sub level 90 Okada. AJ from Accounting, so thanks for 100 bits, man. Appreciate it. Hundred Grailed. If you have the 5-star Gacha C, give him that. Otherwise, run him with like Black Grail or something, and then give him all the quick buffs that you can. No, not quick buff. Izo's arts, I think, if I recall correctly. So just give him all the arts buffs you can, and pray for the best. You do need to burn Ivan's one-hit MP protection or resist. So you're gonna have to bring somebody else in with Izo to burn that first, and then you use Izo's MP after. A very good go-to candidate for that would be Morgan if you have her. If not, bring somebody else. Bazette isn't worth? Not really. Not in my opinion. Her gameplay is interesting, at the very least. Nobody else does what she does, where her ultimate puts her into a counter state. I'm sure it's very fun, but Shutendoji is good. Yeah, that's true. Shutendoji should have her 30% battery now on NA. You think MP4 first Hassan with Event C can work with all Koyan buffs put dumped on him? Maybe bring a additional plug suit support to make sure Ivan dies. But I think yeah, Ivan should be capable of it. What bond farming points is good to grind at the moment to whom? Best one overall is oops, wrong one. Not Lost Belt. Singularity Camelot. Not Lost Belt 6. Singularity Camelot. The best overall bond farming point is right here. Hidden Village. If you want to grind bond, this is where you do it. At least if you want to do it quickly. If you care mostly about like maxing out the number of bond points and time is not a concern for you, then I'm sure there's a better place. But Hidden Village takes time consumption into account because it's only 2 waves. Most free quests in FGA are 3 waves, but that Hidden Village for whatever reason is only 2. And it gives almost as much bond points as like a regular 3-wave free quest. So you might as well just do that. You recommend we don't complete the Ivan quest? Yeah, probably not. Just chill. I haven't done it myself. I don't think it's that big of a deal if you have done it, because I'll probably just roll it back, but... Am I playing for Bazette? If I can find a fucking better job before Bazette shows up, sure. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. The amount of bond you get from the Fey nodes is more than Hidden Village. I'm sure it is, but if we're talking about grinding bond the most efficiently, Hidden Village is still the best because again, you only need to deal with 2 waves. That does assume you can one-shot the Ifrit enemy in Hidden Village. I think the Ifrit boss has like 400,000 HP or something, so he's a chunky motherfucker. But if you can one-shot him, it's better. Because again, you can clear Hidden Village way faster. Is even anyone at Los Angeles right now to report this raid bug too? Los Angeles? Probably not. The only ones who can talk to Los Angeles are the hamster squad. The actual Aniplex people themselves. You think Archetype Earth will be good MP3? Yeah. She should be alright. You really hope Bond C becomes passive skills for a servant? Yeah, I doubt La Zenga would go that far, but to revamp Bond C's, because honestly, Bond Cs are pretty much an afterthought for them at this point, but, I mean, we can dream. Maybe one day they'll remember that Bond Cs actually exist and make them good, make them actually good. Imagine, this doesn't get fixed because we're going to holiday, and they just assumed it would work. The sad part is, there's a chance that you're right. Because the server still isn't dead. It's still live. So, yeah, they clearly do not know that this is an issue. Am I gonna do anything else in this stream if the raids don't come up soon? No, I was planning to only be here for about an hour or maximum hour and a half tops, because I got work tonight. I have to leave in half an hour. So, no, I was just planning to do raids today, or just stream raids briefly, before they die. Because by the time I get back from work after like 4 or 5 hours, the raids will definitely be dead. Because a lot of people stayed up for this. So, assuming raids had been working properly, I would have been able to farm it for like the first hour, and then I'd have to go to work, and by the time I come back, the raid would most likely already be dead. So, no, I was just planning on only doing raids. So, right now I'm just kind of sitting here just eating chips and watching the server catch on fire. I mean, hey, this is kind of entertainment in and of itself, so a part of me doesn't really mind. And I certainly had no plans of, like, degen grinding this raid myself either, because I can't, so. If, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I ain't got much writing on this. Like, I'm not too heavily invested into this. So, I'm just enjoying myself and, stoking the flames, so to say. Just watching the world burn. If my world IRL is burning, I might as well watch, FGO's world online burn too. You have apples? Yeah, I got a couple. Decent amount. Not too much though. Yeah, Rupture. I saw the Tamamo mods for I think it was Anila, or maybe it was another character. Yeah, no, I think it wasn't Anila. I think it was somebody else. For Grand Blue Versus. Mod looks pretty good. What chips am I eating? Lay's Honey Barbecue. Planning to play CCC in your spare time or not? I'm interested. Fate CCC? No, I don't. I'm not very interested now. I don't really have the time to play visual novels these days. Like if Fate Extra's gameplay wasn't just, you know, literal rock paper scissors, then maybe. But nah, I'm not really too interested. Think something like this has ever happened before in any other gacha? The thing is, Ricardo, FGO is the only game that I play that is this far behind in terms of content. The only other gacha game that I play, if I think about it, that would be like that's like significantly behind in any sort of in any stretch of the imagination. That's the phrase I was looking for. Like, whoa, where was I trying to go with this? I'm having a brain fart right now. The only other gacha games that I play that are actually behind their home servers to any meaningful extent are, I guess it would be Girls Frontline, but I don't really care about Girls Frontline anymore because I don't play it I don't play it as seriously as I used to. I just do dailies and that's it. Arc Knights is 6 months behind the Chinese server, I think. Ether Gazer is, I think, a full year behind the Chinese server. So I guess those two kind of count. I think Ether Gazer recently had to have like an 18-hour maintenance for something because they screwed up something really bad in one of our more recent events. But that was whatever. I mean, FGO's had its own 24-hour maintenances before, and that was the first one for Ether Gazer. So, by process of elimination, no. Blue Archive. Blue Archive is also about like 6 months behind JP server. I actually wasn't aware Nat Games was trying to catch up the global servers up to JP. I guess that's nice. All they need to do is just follow in Azure Lane's footsteps, because Azure Lane initially started out being like a year behind the Chinese server back when the JP and the actually the JP server technically launched first, and then the global servers launched afterwards. But we're what is it? Manju eventually caught us up to the Chinese server after like a year or two. Maybe even after like 3 years or something. Took them a little bit, but we caught up to the Chinese server eventually. So it's doable. Azure Lane was able to pull it off well enough. I never played Preco Global. Yeah, no, I never did. Yeah, I know, I'm aware that Preco Global was fucking 3 years behind the JP server, which is fucking ridiculous. How's the raid? Great. We killed it instantly when it came out. If FUNA tries to catch up to the JP server, won't a new KR server problem emerge? Most likely, yeah, because Aniplex is incapable of figuring out how to properly accelerate content. They tried doing that with Magia Record EN. Ultimately, they failed. So yes, if for whatever reason, Aniplex woke up one day and was like, you know what, we're going to accelerate the NA server to catch up to JP. Oh yeah, we would have another Korean style content acceleration singularity, and you would see the NA server die if they managed if they put the NA server through like Magia Record style content acceleration. Yeah, no. Hamster Squad wouldn't know how to accelerate content properly. How would you have content catch up? Eliminate dead weeks first and foremost. Eliminate dead weeks, but also compensate players for all of the rewards they would have gotten for those dead weeks. In my opinion, if I had my way, I would have multiple events available all at once. But they all last like maybe, I don't know, a month or two. So that way, if you do one event, once you complete one event, you can go straight into the other one, or you can go straight into the next one. I'm not very confident in the idea because I don't know how well the casual players will be able to handle that. Then again, they're casual, so what the fuck do they care? Like, basically, the idea with the core idea, or the core... trying to think of a good word to describe this. I guess strategy doesn't really fit here, but it's the best I can come up with. The core strategy behind effective content acceleration is that you need to understand that when you eliminate, when you cut out, like, for example, dead weeks, right? Everybody talks about how, oh, just you know, cut out the dead weeks, bro, cut out the dead weeks. But what they don't realize is that dead weeks are still important, because not only does it allow players to decompress and go do some other shit, other than just fucking gacha games all day, but you still get rewards for logging in every day, right? Even if it's something like as shitty as FGO's login rewards. You still get, like, what, 3 Saint Quartz a week, 3 or 4 Saint Quartz a week, a summoning ticket, and so on and so forth. You get three more Saint Quartz from weeklies, right? A lot of the time when gacha games try to accelerate content, they fail to understand that, so they just accelerate content with literally no compensation to give to the players for cutting out the dead weeks, and just constantly throwing them event after event after event after event. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to properly accelerate content too. Because no matter what, whenever you accelerate content, especially for a game where players know that you already have a roadmap to work with. I mean, yeah, obviously. Like, if you're accelerating content, it kind of implies that you're working with a, like, you're working off of a previous server. So that's that'd be kind of redundant there. But, in any case, what was I saying? Yeah, no matter what you do, whenever you accelerate content, you're going to piss off some players. You're just going to. In Azurelane's case, when Azurelane was accelerating content, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of the casual players were pissed off because it was just constant event after event after event. I mean, you didn't have to be casual. Plenty of players were pissed off that since there were so many events going on back to back back in the early days, like the first year or two of Azurelane. At least for the global servers, like, they didn't have any time at all, or at least they didn't feel like they had time to, like, recover their cubes, their coins, in order to prepare for the next event's worth of, you know, new characters and whatnot. Personally, I think those people were casual, because Azurelane's was designed so that if you just play every day, and you stay on top of your dailies and your weeklies and shit, like, the game should give you should get more than enough gacha currency to get everybody. But, you know, casuals. How would you ever do seasonal events if you accelerated content, have Christmas in July? Yeah. Plenty of other gacha games do that. We had, yeah, it's a common meme for Blue Archive players to be like, oh, hey, look, cool, a Christmas event in the middle of summer. We've had that a couple times. Same thing with Arknights. gatekeeps aren't a problem. It's more gatekept by coins. And that's not even a problem, too. You know, all I do to gain coins is just constant. If I feel like I need more coins, I just go grind 11-4. Summer Miyako and Saki soon, yeah. For Global Blue Archive, yeah, soon. Didn't NA have like 3 events like back to back, like 2 or 3 years ago? I'm sure, yeah. You think if FGO JP actually ends service one day, you think NA players just quit? Yeah, most of them. Most NA players will just quit immediately. As soon as if Lazingo comes out one day and says, "Hey, look, we're done with FGO. Bye, guys. End of service." And like, you know, at this point in time, as soon as Kanayoshi comes out with those news, I would expect most FGO players just quit immediately. Because why would you waste your time on a game you know is gonna die in 2 years? You think Aniplex will get in trouble for this? All they need to do is just fix the raids and we're good. It's just kind of concerning that the servers aren't dead yet, so that they can actually fucking fix this. I guess we'll find out when exactly they get around to, when exactly they realize that, hey, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. How's the raid? Funny you say that. There is no raid. It's bugged. Raid spawned completely dead. Or, the raid didn't even spawn at all. Personally, just a Nasu fan. Yeah, there are gonna be some diehard players who are gonna stick around until the very end. Just be able to read what's going. Just be able to read everything, right? But I would say most players would just quit. Would just quit immediately. Nothing wrong with the raids, surely. Think they'll roll back us or just fix it. I actually don't know. If you got a Melusine from Banner, I'm not sure what's gonna happen to your Melusine then. Interested to see if you're gonna get punished for not doing so. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with that. How the raid's going? Fantastic. We killed the raid so hard it spawned dead. It was DOA, dead on arrival. They're bugged. They didn't spawn at all. Do they even have a rollback function? They do. I think they've only ever rolled back content like once or twice, ever, in NA history. But they have done it before. So they do in fact have that option. But yes, they have rolled back content at one point before, like once or twice. Shouldn't do section 5 then. This one, yeah, no. I would say don't do it if you haven't done it yet. I don't think you should really worry too much if you have already done them. Worst they can do is just roll you back, and you have to do it again. But what happened to have them roll back in the past? Probably like fucked up gacha rates. Like if for whatever reason, like the chances of you getting a 5-star servant were higher than normal. I forget the reason why they had to roll back content the last time they did it. It's been a while. Yeah, the Korean server had a bug where you were guaranteed an SSR or something. Have you heard of the new Chinese proposal regulation on gacha games? Yeah, I saw Asmongold talking about it on his stream because it popped up on his subreddit. He was talking about how it's going to be a big deal if it actually goes through. Personally, I don't think so. Do not underestimate gacha games and their studios and their ability to continue their practices of trying to bait people to spend money on their game. They'll think of something. That being said, if those kinds of regulations actually go through and they actually do target things like daily login and shit, I'm actually okay with that. I've always disagreed with the whole like, oh, you gotta log in every day to be consistent with your gacha games kind of bullshit. But realistically, do I expect anything to really change? No, not really. Even if those sorts of regulations go through. Honestly, what I hope, best case scenario for if those regulations go through in into Chinese law, in mainland China, best case scenario is if MiHoYo and other Chinese gacha studios, gacha game studios and publishers look at that and say, nah, we out of here. Because they feel like they can't deal with that shit. And they'd be like, yeah, no, we're fucking out of here. And they completely move out of the mainland and just go, and they base themselves entirely out of foreign countries like Singapore or Tokyo, Singapore, Japan, Korea, wherever they can go to. If that happens, and they no longer are considered Chinese entity companies, then shit, they can do whatever the fuck they want. But that's probably not gonna happen. At the same time, though, even if those regulations do take effect and go into law, like, do I think anything's really gonna change? No, not really. Singapore would probably be best. I mean, Hoyoverse is already there, so yeah. They've already taken a step in the right direction, at least. Condensa, thanks so much for the brand new sub, man. Greatly appreciated. You could burn Bonsi. Yes, Luluko. I think for the first 3 or 4 years of NAFGO, you could burn your Bonsis if you weren't careful. Like, if you somehow unlocked your Bonsis and you somehow forgot that you could burn them, either in the burn tab or by accidentally feeding it as CE fodder, I think, you could literally burn your Bonsis. They quote-unquote fixed that like 4 or 5 years in, where they make it so that you literally cannot burn them. And they don't take up space in your inventory. So that's how it should have been from the very beginning, but at least they eventually addressed that issue. Yeah, they would never do that. Yeah, because they would, like you said, Artemis, they would have to rehire their entire staff, and yeah, no way they can do that. At least not without, you know, significant trouble. Content accelerations are almost impossible to make work because you can't speed up people's real paychecks. Yeah, though, even though you can't do that, though, what you can do is just throw more freebies at people. You can do that at least. How many mana persons were Bond Cs worth? I don't know. I mean, they were all Bond Cs are 4 stars, so assuming they give you the same amount as regular Gacha 4-star Cs, like maybe like, I don't know, 5? Maybe 3 or 5, I forget how much they give. They get it back when they made it so that you can't do that anymore. Yeah, I think if you had any Bond Cs that were missing because you burned them or whatever, either on purpose or an accident, I'm pretty sure when they implemented the change where or the update where you can no longer burn your Cs, your Bond Cs, and they don't take up space in your inventory, they just replaced everybody's Bond Cs automatically, I think. So you got them back anyway. So, no problem there. You never lived through the single rider gem meme? Where was that from? Like year 1 or year 2. The single rider gem was from back when, before we had Kano Yoshiki as director of NA. We had that one dude named Shiokawa. I forget his first name. But yeah, it was either year 1 or year 2. Where as part of compensation for something, I forget exactly what, he gave us a single rider gem. So that was pretty funny. Single Rider Gym was first anniversary? Maybe it was. You sure that was NA? NA also got the Single Rider Gem, yes. You don't remember that on NA either? You must not been playing. You must have not been playing back then. It was super early. Most people missed out on that meme. No updates yet? Nope. At least not that I know of. It was for login bonuses during Winter Festival 2017 for JP. So it must have been during 2019 for NA or something like that. As a free to play, what do the servants go for after 2020? After for 2024, focus on the summer servants. What kind of chips are your favorite? I actually don't know. I have like chips that I like eating, but as far as like which ones are my absolute favorite, I don't really have a good answer for that. Now that I think about it. But yeah, Muhammad, go for the summer servants. Summer Scotty. Summer Scotty honestly is probably the most impactful one. Ibiki Berserker is I guess nice to have. But I mean, most people are still gonna keep Buster reloading anyway, even if they do get Ibuki Berserker. I would say Archetype Earth, but that's only if that's only if in my opinion, that's only if you plan on getting Archetype Earth like the high MP level. Like I don't know, MP3 plus or something. So like mid-year, in the middle of the year is where you should really start thinking about rolling for servants for 2024 in NA. I don't really know. I know that the first half of the year for next year is not really all that. You can basically skip the entire first half of next year. Go for the ones you like, I guess. But if you don't explicitly want them, then shouldn't be a big deal skipping all of them. I forget if there's anybody that you should really look out for the second half of the year. I would assume like the summer servants are really the ones you should be taking a look at, but the ones that you should really be keeping your eye on. But forget who shows up in the second half of the year. Is 2 enough? I fucking hope so, man. Something tells me that it's not. Castoria, Proto Merlin, Castoria. Proto Merlin is, if I remember correctly, Proto Merlin is literally Merlin but arts. And like I think your MP is a little bit better. A little bit, not by much though. But no, I still think Castoria is way better. Useful but not necessary. Proto Merlin is only for arts fanatics like me, where we always run. If you're an arts fanatic like me, like you're a diehard fan of arts teams, and that's mainly the teams that you use. Then yeah, Proto Merlin should be worth it. The issue right now is that like the issue with Proto Merlin is that why the fuck would you want to use her, in my opinion, when you already have Tamamo Caster and you already have Castoria? Like, I guess you could use her as like a backup support, like in your backline, but like that's not nearly as important as like starting with a servant. So I don't know. Like, Castoria is honestly kind of like the missing piece of the puzzle that Tamamo really needed for arts teams. And it's like, well, okay. If you pull Proto Merlin, then who the fuck are you replacing? Like, it has to be Castoria, because, like, imagine running arts teams without Tamamo Caster. Like, what? I mean, I guess you still could, but, like, maybe I'm just a little bit too Tamamo pilled at this point. Fucking running Tamamo teams for like 6.5 years. But like, if you don't run Tamamo and arts teams, what the fuck is the point? Lady Avalon is more about arts critting. I mean, the issue is that you better have a DPS or at least a craft essence that increases star weight then. Because like, let's not forget that arts teams are horrible at generating stars on their own. Because remember, arts cards by default do not have any star gen capabilities. Like their star gen percentage is literally set to 0 by default. The only reason why your servants ever generate stars from their arts cards without any other buffs is because of their class star gen. That gives them a little bit. That's it. So like, you gotta get your stars from somewhere. I know Proto Merlin should be able to produce some. Some, I think. Because if her MP is similar to regular Merlin's, I know regular Merlin's MP generates stars, right? Like, what, like 5 every turn or some shit? I forget if he gives the star regen buff to everybody on his team, but like, you should be able to generate some. Oh shit! It's already 9:30. Okay, chat. I would love to hang out here with you guys and just chit chat with you guys and just fucking shoot the shit while we all complain about how Aniplex is a horrible company and yada yada yada. But I gotta get going. It's already 9:30 and I'm gonna be late for work, so I gotta fucking take off right now. Where's the fucking Twitch directory? Here we go. Okay, let me find somebody to raid real quick. Because we have a decent number of people here. Okay. I'll just send you guys over to Danny's stream. Tell them I said what's up, and hopefully they do something about the raids. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a like, leave a follow, leave a like. This is, well, I guess that makes sense for YouTube, I guess. But yeah, drop a follow, do what you guys want, do all the social media thing, because I gotta get going. So yeah, take care of everybody. Hopefully the raids they fix the raids hopefully soon. Prage. But But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys.